Hey peeps, it's Andy Kuhn with FCProducer.com. Thanks for checking out Photo Montage from Noises Industry. Now you can use Photo Montage with FxFactory Pro, which is one of the best plugin installation software out there for Final Cut Pro. I thoroughly enjoy it. It's so easy to use. Their transitions, filters, and generators are beautiful. And I'll show you one of them. It's from it's called Photo Montage, and it makes your a slideshow so easily done in Final Cut Pro. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the Effects tab. I'm going to look for Photo Montage. I have so many in here, it's ridiculous. I can't find everything. But I will be able to find video generators. I click on that, open it up. There's Photo Montage. I already have it open. Brilliant. Now most of these are the transitions. They're named the transitions that will take place. You can have accordion, block dissolve. All of these transitions are from FxFactory Pro and their regular transition effects that comes with it. So you kind of pick the one that you want to work with and that you like. So let's see. I'm going to use accordion. It's not really my favorite, but it's pretty cool in this. So you just double click on it and it'll open up into the viewer. Let me go into controls, and this is where you'll find all your controls. And remember, the first thing, and this is great, I love this about FxFactory Pro and Noise Industry, is what they do with all their plugins. So go on Photo Montage and click Help, and it opens up a help in your web browser. You don't have to be connected to the internet because it's locally hosted. So it opens up in your web browser, and you can go through all the parameters, and it's so easy to use and understand. If you can't figure out how to use this plugin, by the end of it, you shouldn't use it. The best thing what they do is they also put all the plugins for this video generator right here, and you click on it. It says cube right there, flip, and it describes each one, which is awesome. So you can understand every parameter in this. So let's go back. So I already chose 22 files in here, and they're all named image, blah blah blah, and it's from a fundraiser that we did for Tim, who has ALS. In 2010, so I just used some random pictures and I chose it, and you can move things around. This is how it's so easy. You could just pick it up, drag it. I want this over here to break that up. See, I don't want too many screaming. I want to break that up, and I want to break this one up too. Bring that down here. Bring it right there. All right. And you can change the names. Just double click on there. We can call this one MC. And then you can come in here, and this is a great thing about it. If you want, you can change all of the image durations for each one. So, I mean, you don't have to. You can do the image duration actually in the controls panel. But if you come in here, you just click on it. Let's say you make everything 2 seconds, but you want this picture to hold for 3 seconds. Let's hit 3.0. And boom, it's done. This is pretty cool too. You can come in and change the scale. Right now, it's used the scale for on the parameters over in the control panel to do it. So I'm going to use this, and I'm going to go 150, 150%. So everything else is going to be the same. And I have my picks in order that I want. I'm only going to change a couple names. I'll just change this one to crowd. And if I want to add any more, I just hit the plus sign down here. I go in there and select any one that I want. Now, if I want to delete any, I just hit the minus sign. And this is just add files, delete, previews, selected files. So that's pretty cool. You can preview it. So I hit spacebar, and it shows me a preview, which is, look at that. It's so cute. All right, back to this. All right, so now I'm going to select OK. So I'm just going to drop that into the timeline. And I'm going to double click on this, bring in the controls. I'm going to go to the presets. They already have built-in presets, which is awesome. So you can go down and select any of these, basically select it, and then walk away, and you have a great looking video or a slideshow. But I'm not going to show you the presets. I'm going to go ahead and explain each parameter. So let me go through the parameters. So right now the image duration is for seconds. It's all at 1 second. And then you have a transition at 1 second as well. So you can either make it 0 so it just cuts. I'm going to make it 0.5 so it's half a second to transition. Now that affects all the timing in here. Now one of the things I would like to see, that it doesn't have to be FxFactory Pro, but it would be great if you could actually move this to the time that you want. Let's say I just want it randomly at 17.1, and then I just say, you know what, FxFactory Pro, or you know what I want, Photo Montage, I want this, I want the duration to last the exact length of the clip that I put in there. But it doesn't have that. The good thing is you can make it loop, or you could turn that off and it'll stop at the last frame. So after everything is done with a 1 and everything else, it'll do it. All right, so now I'm going to come down to the accordion, a single direction. I could do random directions. Let's see, I'm going to close that. Geometry is basically what it means. I'm going to go slide, pan and zoom slow. And you could change the scale right now is at 1.1, so it's bigger than the actual frame. But I'm going to go fit. So it kind of fits it all into frame. Now I'm going to go one step closer. I'm going to make this actually smaller. So we can get a little frame. Then I'm going to rotate it just a wee bit. Still weeing. There we go. And I'm going to leave all the other scales alone. Now you're probably saying, why are you doing this, Andy? And you'll see. So I'm going to close geometry. You can put a border. I'm going to put a border on it. Let's see. You can go 1.1. You see that right there? I'm going to go ahead and put a black border on it. So I click on the color bars, and I come in here. That's not black, is it? Go there. That's black. So now I'm going to go probably to 0.4 so you could see it. All right, so I got my border. Now you can go in effects, you get vignettes, click on that, and then you could do all the vignettes. But I'm not going to do a vignette for this. All right, let's close that. The background, I'm going to leave it off, but you can also have a solid color in the background, a gray, or you could put a gradient. Then you can also put a custom background. I'm going to leave everything off, and I'll show you why in a second. Now, titles, you can turn them on. You can either relative to frame, so it'll be right there. So it stays right there. Or relative to image, and it'll stay in the image and move with your image. So I'm going to keep it in. Actually, I'm going to turn it off because I don't like showing the titles unless I had to. You can also add your own mask, so you could put the videos behind a certain image or titles or anything like that. You could do that in Photoshop or actually bring in a clip. You can also do motion blur. I'm going to leave that off. And advanced, you could generate the animation seed, which I'm going to leave everything else alone. Now you're probably saying, why you do that, Andy? Look at that. That looks horrible. It's just awful. Well, by itself, it looks awful. And I'm going to go back in here. I'm going to take that crowd, and I'm going to put that back to 0. Because I want the scale to do it. And I'm also going to bring that back to 0. Because I want everything to remain the same. So boom. It goes back. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this accordion clip. I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to hold down the Option key and Shift at the same time, and I'm just going to drag down. What I just did was, after I put my settings in the top one, all the settings are going to remain the same, and it's going to go into the bottom one. So you're still probably saying, what does that do? Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go grab the edge of this clip and just, boom, bust it out, and I'm going to make it real big and nasty. Now what I just did was I went into basically, I double clicked on here, went into the motion tab and zoomed. I scaled it all the way up. Now what I'm going to do, you're like, that still looks awful, Andy. Why would you do that? Because be patient, my friends. Now I'm going to go into my my filters. I'm going to go into blur, and I'm going to grab a Gaussian blur, and I'm going to drop it on the accordion underneath it. Now it puts a little blur on there, so you got a little depth of field. I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to blur it up just a little bit more. That's too much. So it kind of gives it this background, but you're still saying, it could be better. So I'm going to double click on this one, go into motion. I'm going to actually put a drop shadow on it, and I'm going to actually offset it like that. And you're like, that looks just cheesy, Andy. What? Relax. So now I'm just going to bring up the softness and boom, give it some softness. Probably bring up the opacity a little bit. That's too much. I'll bring it up some more and then soften it out some more. So it kind of gives itself a little edge. And I'll go ahead and render this and show you what it looks like, the finished product. All right, so finished, and this is what I got. And you notice the background's moving exactly the same as the other. Now, if you want to change it up, that's perfectly fine. But it looks cool. I like it. That I'm very satisfied with that. That's awesome. Now I have and then what I want to do is I could save this. I can come in back into here. Let me double click on this one. I can go back into filters, actually controls, and then I say save as, and it'll put it into presets, and then I just name this. So I'll just call it slideshow default. And there, anytime I want it, it'll be in there. Or actually, it won't be there. I have to open it up, and it'll go right to it. So there it is. Photo Montage makes it so easy to do. I love it. I'm going to be using it from now on moving forward. I actually prefer this over a bunch of other ones that I've reviewed in the past. It just makes it a lot more easier. They have more functions, they have a lot more details in there to use, and they've done a really good job with it. So I definitely suggest this. FxFactory Pro is always top-notch, and it just works really well. So this is Andy Kuhn with FCProducer.com. Thanks for checking out this review. Later, peeps! Peace.